I was, of course, pleasantly surprised that the Patriots beat the Bengals 16-10. Going into that game, I knew it was possible, but I was not sure if it would actually happen. For week one, Brissett and the offense actually looked halfway decent, a lot better than they looked during the preseason, which was really a necessary improvement. My man, running back Ramondre Stevenson, rushed for 120 yards and had one touchdown, which I love to see. Our defense held Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow to just 164 yards with no touchdown passes, and our offensive line actually looked all right. Not great, not even that good, but they were adequate for once. Now I will note that Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins was inactive, but it was still an upset road win. It was the ideal way to start the season. Now week 2 was our home opener versus Seattle, and that was less ideal. It was a 23-20 overtime loss. Jacoby Brissett went 15 for 27 with 149 passing yards and one passing touchdown. That passing touchdown was wide receiver Jalen Polk's first receiving touchdown of his career. Brissett's limitations were much more noticeable this week. While we did hang in there until overtime, offensively we could not answer Seattle enough of the game. It was clear more than ever that Jacoby Brissett is a placeholder quarterback. He is not the worst possible option at quarterback in the league, but he can only make so much happen passing-wise. Finally, on Thursday night, the Patriots lost in ugly fashion to the Jets. The final score was 24-3. Brissett went 12 of 18 with 98 yards. In total, our offense generated just 139 yards. Our offensive line looked absolutely horrible, and our defense was shredded by Aaron Rodgers, who went 27 for 35 with 281 passing yards and 2 touchdown passes. Our game was also pretty sloppy. There were a lot of flags on us, a lot of penalties we had to deal with, and even the bright spots on our roster turned in poor performances. Ramondre Stevenson finished with just 23 rushing yards, and he fumbled the ball once again. Now that was more forgivable when he was putting points on the board, but he did not do that on Thursday. Cornerback Christian Gonzalez gave up the first touchdown of his career, which was disappointing to see, but it was bound to happen. And now, the only thing that really saved this game from being a complete failure was the fact that with 4 minutes and 24 seconds left on the clock, Drake Maye checked in at quarterback. Now, Drake's first pass was nearly intercepted, but after that, things looked all right. He actually gained 4 first downs in those 4 minutes, 24 seconds. While the Jets' defense did not let up, we made it to the red zone with 13 seconds to play. Now, had the Patriots called a timeout to stop the clock, Maye would have certainly scored his first passing touchdown. Why we did not call a timeout, I will never know. We had 3 timeouts left. We had all of our second half timeouts left. We could have given Maye, a confidence boost of a play, and we didn't. I don't really get it. In those 4 minutes, 24 seconds, Maye finished 4 for 8 with 22 passing yards and 12 rushing yards. That is 1/3 of Jacoby's total yards in one drive. Now, he was sacked twice, but he recovered quickly when he was sacked. Overall, this game was a wake-up call. Week 1 was a nice surprise win. It built some confidence that many people did not have in this team. But Week 2 showed some cracks, and then Thursday was a fully exposing loss. This is a team that has a lot of issues. There is no hiding it. That being said, the offense looked a lot better with Drake Maye in at quarterback. The numbers back it up. His confidence on the field backs that up. I really think it's quite possible Drake Maye will be the starter Week 5. I would say he would start Week 4, but that game is against the Super Bowl runner-up 49ers in San Francisco. That would be quite the daunting task for Drake Maye's first start. We may as well play one more game on the road and then have him start Week 5 in Foxborough against the Dolphins. The Dolphins actually look somewhat vulnerable this year. It would be the ideal game to finally start Drake Maye and get things going a bit better. No matter when Drake Maye finally starts, the offense and our team as a whole won't magically get better, but we will be in the best possible position to win, given our current lineup. Drake will also gain truly valuable experience starting. He will build chemistry with receivers, learn from his mistakes, and build confidence with his successes. I really hope we start Maye sooner rather than later. It's an investment in the future. It may not completely pay off this year, but it will move us in the right direction. It will move us into the future. I'll always love Jacoby for his role in the wolf pack of quarterbacks on the 2016 Patriots, but he is not the future of our team. He never was, he never will be. I'm happy to have him as a backup or third-string quarterback, but he is not starting material. We have a quarterback in Drake Maye who is starting material, and we ought to start him.